How do you build a website? What hosting should you use? Where do you buy a domain name? What pages do you need? What should it look like? We're going to cover all this and more in today's vlog, because today we're going to use Squarespace to build a website. Before you start building anything, ask yourself first, what's the purpose of my website? Is it to sell something, convey information, or create a blog? If you want to see an example of a blog, link in the description to my today-years-old website. For me, at this stage, all I want to do is gauge the interest of some early adopters who I can do a bit of smoke testing with to, in the words of the Lean Startup and the McKinsey Way, test my hypothesis. For this to work, I need the website to be pretty lean, and I'm only going to focus therefore on 3 key pages. The home page, where I want to grab their attention about the product and really make it exciting. Secondly, an about page to tell them a little bit more about the vision and also about who I am. And thirdly, a contact us page, because ultimately that's what I want them to do. I want them to reach out and say, hey, I'd like to see the early version of your product. So, let's get on with it. Proper web designers tend to do wireframes before they actually start building. The idea is that having a map in your mind of what you want where will actually save you time later down the line. Now, I'm pretty sure that proper web developers have software for this, but you know what? I'm not above a bit of good old pen and paper. So I'm going to show you my wireframes. Now, I'm sure there's a few proper developers looking at this going, what is she doing? But in the principles of the Lean Startup, the aim is to get something out as quickly as possible, so I'm really not fussed by this being fancy. All I have done is put a few simple boxes so I know where to go. I want a bit of simple navigation, links to social media, very important, bit of jazzy headline grabbing text, one of the screenshots, probably the most eye-catching one, and then the most important thing, the call to action button. This is when you tell the user what you want them to do and you give them the capacity to do it. In this instance, it's going to be a link to the Contact Us page, which we'll show you in a moment. But then we have a very simple About page. Again, key items linked to the social media, bit of navigation, some text about us, and another screenshot from the app. I use a different one this time. And again, that call to action. Really important that when you want a user to do something, rather than just convey information, you make it explicitly clear what it is you want them to do, and you make it easy for them to do it. Now, like I say, the objective here is to get us to the Contact Us page. And that again is going to be very simple. Squarespace already provides a template for a contact form, so honestly, we're just going to lift and shift that and make it Networther branded. A quick Google will show that there are many free website builders to choose from. So how do you know what to pick? I've had experience of 2. Wix and Squarespace. Wix I used back in 2012 when I set up my first business. Now, that website doesn't exist anymore for avoidance of my own personal humiliation. So cringy. I know this was 9 years ago, but at the time, I remember finding the user interface pretty hard to get used to, and honestly, it didn't make the best looking website. Look, it's 9 years later, things have come on since then, maybe Wix is the one for you. But when I came to creating todayyersold.co.uk, honestly, I just avoided Wix and went straight to Squarespace. Primarily because I'd seen lots of other people using it, I'd seen how easy it was to use, and I've seen loads of really great looking websites through Squarespace, and as I say, I am not a web developer, so I need something where I need to do no coding. I can do pretty pictures, but I cannot code. So that's how I came to Squarespace. And do you know what? I think I found a pretty professional looking website. Domain name, website. Chicken, egg. Which should you do first? Honestly, I don't think it really matters. If you do, comment down below, but I've tried it both ways. The good thing about Squarespace is you can actually purchase your domain name through Squarespace. But I noticed when I did todayyersold.co.uk, I paid a premium to do that. So this time, I decided to find a different broker to see if I could get it a bit cheaper. Let me show you. You're probably already familiar with GoDaddy, And honestly, names.co.uk is pretty similar to that. But before I've used them, I have gone onto Trustpilot, I've checked that they're legit, and I've seen lots of reviews, and I've done my research. And if you're going to use any alternative to this or GoDaddy, then definitely do your research. There are lots of scams out there. You can also use these guys to build your own website, but honestly, I really like Squarespace, so I'm going to stick with what I know. So it's very easy to use. You just search for your desired domain and see what's available. Now, netweather.com is available, but it was a bit more expensive than .co.uk. And the reason you don't see .co.uk coming up here is because I've already bought it. I don't need to do anything with it. I'm going to keep it on the side, ready for when I've finished building my website through Squarespace, and then I'm going to join the two things together, and I'm going to show you how. Now let's assume that you've selected Squarespace as your chosen provider. All you need to do is sign up with your Gmail, which I've done here, and then it'll just provide you with a list of templates, and just flick through and see what fits your bill. You'll see here that I've already selected a template, and the homepage looks not far off what I drew on my wireframes. Initially, they'll just provide you with a homepage, and you can then go to add pages as you wish. You can see that I've already added a skeleton Who Are We page. Again, I've just selected from the template, but I haven't yet selected the Contact Us page. So I'm going to add that now. So I'm going to add a page that is linked to the main navigation, and I want one of these. I'm going to select a template contact page, and I'm going to select a template that looks closest to my brand. I like this one. So I'm just going to call that Contact Us. You can see that changing over here. Now, clearly having Contact Us before the home page looks pretty horrible, so I'm simply going to drag it down to here. Now, overall, this looks pretty reasonable structure. Home, Who Are We, Contact Us. So now let's go and edit the home page. The fact that it's working is super. Now I just need to connect the website with the domain name, pay for it, and we are good to go. To do this, I'm going to go to the settings, and then I'm going to click on domains. Now, if you don't have a domain, you can get one through here, but I already own one. So now I'm going to enter the domain name. And it was super simple to connect the domain name. Just hit a bit of a speed bump. So I tried to connect the website with the domain name, but that didn't work. There was some problem in the test and I couldn't fix it. So then I thought, well, I'll just transfer the domain name over. And that's not going to work either. So for the transfer to work, it looks like I need to have registered with that other provider for 60 days. I haven't. It's been 14 days, and that's not going to be enough, and I don't want to wait 60 days. Now, fortunately, the domain name that I bought before was free for the first year, and I'll just have to sell it. But fortunately, netweather.com is available for £16 a year. And to be honest, netweather.com is probably better than netweather.co.uk anyway. So, still good. Now it's time to pick a plan. So, I personally will always prefer to pay annually because it comes with a discount. There are various options, and it's important that you go through this in detail and decide the one that's for you. Now clearly with a business one there's going to be much more on offer, and there is, but to be honest at the moment I'm not selling anything through my website, so I'm just going to go for the personal option. The good news is that you can change this at any time. So if your needs change, then it can scale with you. It's not sponsored, it's just a feature that I like. So here we are. I have purchased a plan for the website. That actually came with a free domain. So I've had a refund on the money that I just spent on the domain. So that was free. I now have 2 free domains under my name. And the website plan is made, which means we can officially make networther.com live. And I'm going to press the button now. Making your website live is very easy. Simply go to the settings, site availability, private, move to public. And as soon as I hit save, it's going to happen. Your site is now live. Here we go. And now for the ultimate test. I have the domain name loaded up. Oops. I'm going to copy and paste. Here we go. Well, hey, we have a website. I will put a link in the description and I won't spoil the surprise here. Link in the description down below. Please go and check out the website. If you've got any feedback at all, either use the contact us page or drop a comment down below. I am super grateful for every bit of feedback. Also, if you've been sitting at home thinking, oh, making a website is really hard, I hope I've proven to you that that is absolutely not the case. You can make something half decent in, this has taken me 2 hours including filming, so probably an hour and a half, and you don't even need to pay for the domain. A plan comes free with one, or you don't even need to make the website live. It's free for you to play around with for 15 days without publishing it. So play around, you never know what ideas might come. I hope I've proven to you that if I can do it, you can do it, and I hope you have fun making your new website. How do we tell people about the website? Well, for that we're going to use social media. But as a startup, what's the best way to use social media? Join me in the next video where that's what we're going to talk about. See you then.